Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm finally doing my week 5 Dancing with the Stars recap. I was out of town until late Tuesday night, so I'm just now getting around to watching the show and making my video about it. If you didn't see my Las Vegas vlog, then I will link that in the comments below so you guys can go check it out. Let's get started. So very first to perform was Olivia, Jade, and Val, and tonight was Grease night, so they danced a Foxtrot to Summer Nights. I thought the Foxtrot they did was really nice, and they had some good footwork and good technique. I thought they did really good at staying in the character of Sandy and Danny. Their frame was really good, and overall I just think that was a fantastic dance. They got all 9s. And I think that was a fair score, but I definitely think they could have gone to 10. Next out was Melora, Hardin, and Artem, and they did a Viennese Waltz to Sandra D. I do think it was good. She seems to hunch over a little bit whenever she's in frame or whenever she has to move her arms a lot. But one of my favorite things about watching her is that she's very entertaining and she's always in character. For Viennese Waltz, it was very jazzy, but I think with the song it worked very well for this dance. They got all 9s also, and I think those were fair for the dance. Iman, Shumpert, and Daniella also did a Viennese Waltz, and they danced to Hopelessly Devoted to You. I think this waltz they did was very nice, very smooth. The judges complain a lot that he dances down, and yes, that is a problem, but for the height difference, he dances perfectly fine. Like, he tries and stands up as straight as he can go, because with the height difference, you can't stand up to his full height. When he's by himself, yeah, he could stand up a little straighter, but in frame, I think he's doing great with making up for the height difference. He needs his energy to flow through his arms more. But overall, he's a really good entertainer, and he's made sure that every dance he's done is a performance. He got all 7s, and I definitely think he should have gotten at least an 8. The Miz and Witney did a Jive to Grease Lightning, and this is probably one of my favorite songs from the movie. It was very entertaining. He stayed as Danny for the whole performance, and I think that was awesome. He looked like he was having a great time, but the dance was far from perfect. Jive is a hard style to do. There's a lot of kicks, flicks, sharp movements, fast steps. But I think that he made up for every step that he missed, every step that he forgot or messed up on, just by being so much in character. He got all 8s, and I think those were fair. We had another Viennese Waltz done tonight by Amanda, Kloots, and Alan, and she danced to Beauty School Dropout. I thought it was nice, and this dance was so smooth. She could be a little softer with her arm extensions. They look very like sharp and like drill team, jazzy type thing. But her leg extensions were really nice. She's a really good performer. You can definitely tell she's had performance experience. She got 3 10s and a 9. I think the 9 was fair. I would have given a 9, and the 10 seemed just a little high. So we had the first Charleston of the season done by Suni and Sasha, and they danced to Born to Hand Jive. Her performance level has definitely improved so much. This week was awesome. The energy was definitely up, and the tricks she did awesomely. Her technique was really good, and she had all the steps down. I thought this dance was super fun. They had all 4 9s, and I do think those were fair. Jimmie, Alan, and Emma did a Foxtrot to Sandy. Again, this is probably another one of my favorite songs. I thought the dance was very good. I don't think it was their best, but it was still pretty good. He's also one of the stronger performers. And every week the choreography is just done so nicely. He has all the steps down, and it just always looks good and smooth, and like he's rehearsed a lot. He got 2 8s and a 9. I would like him to get all 9s. I think that he's a hard worker and that he deserved a 9, but I do think the 8s were fair also. Kenya Moore and Brandon did a rumba to Worst Things I Can Do, and that's the song closer to the end of the movie that Rizzo sings. I think the choreography that she had embodied the character nicely, and that she performed it very well and to the full extent of the character. Her arm extensions and her leg extensions were very good. She got all 9s, which I do think the 9s were a little high, but she seemed to come back with a new excitement and just drive to do the dance since she's been in the bottom 2 weeks in a row. But yeah, I think she did pretty good. Jojo, Siwa, and Jenna did a foxtrot to the Sandra Day Reprise, and they dressed as Frenchie and Sandy. So, personally, the beginning of the dance seemed very contemporary-ish and not very foxtrot-y. Her arms are kind of wild, and she needs more control of them. So, my opinion is that the judges are very over the top and dramatic when scoring her. They don't really point out as much of the faults that she has in her dancing as they do with the other contestants. And I feel like they just expect her to win and do well even when she could be falling behind some of the other performers. She is one of the better dancers of the season, but I don't think she's the best. She got all 10s, which, in my opinion, I definitely don't think she deserved. I think she could have gotten 9s, especially when some of the other strong dances tonight only got 8s or 9s. So, yeah, that's my opinion. I think the judges just hoping she'll win when maybe she still has quite a bit of work to go. Melsi and Glub did a quick step to You're the One That I Want. They got all 9s for this performance. I think it was very good. She looked very light on her feet, which with quick steps not easy to do. She did look confident. There were some points in the dance where she got behind Glub and they were off timing and weren't exactly together, but overall I thought this dance was a very nice quick step. Again, she got all 9s, and I think that was a fair score. Cody, Rigsby, and Cheryl did another quick step to We Go Together, and that's the very last song of the movie, and it was the very last song of the night. It wasn't as light as it could have been compared to Melanie C's Foxtrot. He was kind of clunky and like heavy. Their frame was pretty good, and he's a very nice dancer when he dances by himself, but partnering, I think they do have a little bit of work to go on. They got all 8s, and I like those scores. I think they were pretty good for that dance. So there was an elimination tonight, and the bottom 2 were Olivia, Jade, and Val, and Melsi and Glub. I was honestly really surprised that Olivia Jade was in the bottom 2, just because every week she's gotten amazing judges' feedback, and she's just worked really hard. Melsi, I'm also pretty surprised, was in the bottom. She's a very good dancer, and I don't think that she was one of the worst. I think they were both really strong performers, and that they both should have gone a long way, so I'm not really sure why they're in the bottom, but so Melsi ended up going home, and Olivia Jade will be back next week. So again, that was pretty, I think everybody was surprised at the bottom 2 this week. But yeah, so Melsi went home and Olivia Jade will be staying for next week. So I hope you guys liked this quick recap. If you did, please make sure to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And I'll be doing next week's recap, and it will be coming out in just a few days. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.